Jason Lee Podcast.
Back for all new episodes of Jason Lee Podcast.
Woo!
Whew, what a day. If I was a recipient of an award at the Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards today, it would be the Resilience Award. Never giving up, even when you want to. All right, listen, it is a day, and I just saw Beyonce. You went to see Beyonce, sent Rob to see Beyonce. Rob's not here today. Kaylin's over here. They all got their Cowboy Carter merch on. I refused to wait in that line. That line was ridiculous.
That's why I organized my troops, Rob and Kaylin. I'm like, we're getting there promptly at 5 o'clock. We're going to hit up all the merch lines, and we did.
Listen, I went to see Beyonce last night. It was an amazing show. I had a lot going on in my mind. I ended up leaving early. I didn't leave early because I was bored with the show, though. So let me just be very clear. But I do just want to break down a couple things because you didn't see Renaissance, right?
Never.
In person. You saw it on the film.
Correct.
Okay. Beyonce is by far the best, greatest performer that we have alive right now. She's a showman person for sure. She is this era's Michael Jackson. We said that on and on and on. We know that, and I stand by that. But Renaissance was such a huge tour in many ways, from everybody in there wearing silver and everybody trying to outdo each other with costuming, to the visuals, to the set list. I mean, like, she came out the ground singing Dangerously in Love, a song she had never sung on tour, really. And so for me, Renaissance had such a personal meaning and personal purpose to it that it was larger than life for me. It would be like watching Michael Jackson at the Super Bowl. I've seen almost every Beyonce tour, On the Run tour, too. I saw Formation. I saw Single Ladies tour. I seen all of them back from when she was Destiny's Child. So I've seen all of her shows. Last night was a really, really, really good show. It wasn't the best for me, and it's not for anything other than the cowboy music. Even though I thought the way she incorporated with some of her other music, the visuals, I feel like she didn't really do her makeup throughout the show because, you know, she was just kind of in a more relaxed mode. Not any shade, because she's still phenomenally beautiful. I thought the star of the night, Blue Ivy.
Listen, it is the Blue Ivy Carter tour.
At first, I thought Blue Ivy was maybe in one little scene. She's throughout the whole show. She's exuding way more confidence. You know, you guys used to drag Blue back when she first started as a Grammy Award winning dancer or whatever on one of the last tours, Renaissance, because she made an appearance here or there. This girl danced throughout the whole show. She looks great. She's baby Beyonce for sure. They are preparing that girl. The hair was whipping back and forth. Yep. Willow ain't got none on it. Blue, you did that. And then to see the moment where she brought out Rumi was very personal. I could tell very purposeful in the music that she was singing about being her protector. All of that, I think, was Beyonce is a very intentional artist. I thought it was great. I have no complaints. I mean, I just had my own personal stuff going on, so I didn't get to enjoy it because I was dealing with city council stuff and all this other thing. But I was just really to see Beyonce take our genre back, to be able to emulate her art and the artistic connection with the culture in it, to make it relatable to a younger audience, all ages. She's Beyonce, and that's why she's great.
I don't go to concerts. Country is not my thing. And when you gave us tickets, thank you again. You did that. I Amazon Primed a cowboy hat, and I had to Google like what's the right way to put it on because I don't even know that. But I thought it was so cool because I had FOMO from not going to Renaissance, but to see her like incorporate that machine thingy.
Yeah.
And she almost when she does that, like that, it was sickening. Rumi is getting more comfortable too because where we were at, we could see her from behind, and she was like doing the dance, when no one can see her. It was fire.
Listen, shout out to everybody that showed me love. This was the first time I ever went to a concert and everybody started screaming my name. I actually felt famous. I looked at my friend. I said, yeah, I'm famous. It's an inside thing where I crack jokes. But I also ran into Beyonce's publicist, but we didn't speak. Yvette Nolshora, who, I used to have a relationship with, and, I've been very critical here on the podcast. Ran into her in passing yesterday. She didn't speak to me. I didn't speak to her, but it's all love. Yvette, I don't hate you. I was critical of, what I thought was wrong. But to people who are saying, oh, why'd you go to the show if you don't like her? I love Beyonce. I'm going to always be critical of anybody who comes across this desk here, Beyonce included. However, I will say my love for her has not changed. I won't let the internet change it. She's a great artist. I mean, to listen to all the music that she played last night from Jolene, everything. I mean, she's Beyonce. I enjoy myself, but if you haven't seen the show, you should go and see it when you can.
Go see it. Even like the nosebleeds, everyone's like, always shades the higher seats. But I think actually, if you're farther back, you can see the stage better.
Yeah.
So it's not bad.
Well, I had front row. I didn't see the stage. I didn't see any of the visuals on the stage. I was telling the person that was there with me that had we just maybe set up one level up, we would have been able to see the full thing. The last time I went to Renaissance, we were on the stage, so we saw everything. This was not that. Beyonce walked by a couple of times. You know, she's only 5'6". Beyonce's only 5'6". Her and Sean are the same height.
What?
Craziness. All right. Well, anyways,
it was so good.
Rob's not here, so we're gonna go ahead and get to what you came for. It's the time for Tea with Jason Lee. Okay, friend of the Jason Lee Show, Jasmine Crockett, the Congresswoman from Texas, she's on the list today because she is dragging the president for filth. Now, Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett dragged Donald Trump for filth, and baby, we were right there to sip all of the tea. Now, as Trump continues his warpath, he not only calls Jasmine a low IQ person, but seeks to cut Section 8 and issue more bans. Before we get into the dragging, let's get into Trump finally admitting that seeking a third presidential term is unconstitutional. I don't know if I have 3 more days of the Trump presidency, let alone 3 terms. In March, remember, he told Kristen Welker from NBC News that he was not joking about running for a 3rd time, arguing that there are ways to make the impossible possible. And 2 months later, Trump now tells Kristen that a 3rd term isn't allowed and suggests that Vice President J.D. Vance or Secretary of State Mark Rubio, both who I believe are unfit, could be his successors. Here's an audio of him talking about no longer seeking the 3rd term. Listen.
The Trump organization is selling hats that say Trump 2028.
Yeah.
Are you seriously considering a 3rd term, Mr. President, even though it's prohibited by the Constitution? Or is this about staying politically viable?
I will say this. So many people want me to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I have never had requests so strong as that. But it's something that, to the best of my knowledge, you're not allowed to do. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's constitutional that they're not allowing you to do it or anything else, but there are many people selling the 2028 hat. But this is not something I'm looking to do. I'm looking to have 4 great years and turn it over to somebody, ideally a great Republican to carry it forward. But I think we're going to have 4 years, and I think 4 years is plenty of time to do something really spectacular.
The Constitution does prohibit it. Some of your allies are pretty serious about this, though, Mr. President. I've spoken to them. They say they are coming up with potential ways.
Well,
obviously, the biggest one will be a constitutional amendment.
That's because they like the job I'm doing, and it's a compliment.
Has anyone in an official capacity presented you with ideas?
Capacity of being a big supporter of many people have said different things, but I'm not looking at that.
You have built a political movement that has transformed the Republican Party. It's transformed the country, quite frankly.
Political movement in history, MAGA. Make America great again.
When you look to the future, Mr. President, do you think the MAGA movement can survive without you as its leader?
Yes, I do.
What gives you?
I think it's so strong. We have a tremendous group of people. We talked about a number of them. You look at Marco, you look at J.D. Vance, who's fantastic. You look at, I could name 10, 15, 20 people right now just sitting here. No, I think we have a tremendous party. And you know what I can't name? I can't name one Democrat. I mean, I look at the Democrats, they're in total disarray.
Who do you see as your successor, Mr. President?
Well, it's far too early to say that. But, I do have a vice president, and typically it would be, and JD's doing a fantastic job.
He would be at the top of the list?
It could very well be. I don't want to get involved in that. I think he's a fantastic, brilliant guy. Marco is great. There's a lot of them that are great. I also see tremendous unity. But certainly you would say that somebody's the VP. If that person is outstanding, I guess that person would have an advantage. But I think the other people would all stay in unbelievably high positions. But, it could be that he'd be challenged by somebody. We have a lot of good people in this party.
Is that at least the first bit of good news for today? I
mean, yeah, it's nice to hear some change of events here.
I don't think we can mentally take more war on terrorists, more, or just more on everything. Every day there's a new war. I was just seeing the other day, Trump was in a conversation with the president of Canada, and he was congratulating him on his win and building him up and telling him how he was great, this and that. And then he goes, I just hate that little line between our countries. It's called a border.
You know what? You saw they're going to change it officially to Gulf of America, too?
Listen, I'm not even there yet.
It's
he
a lot.
basically said we should erase the little line between Canada because he likes the way it looks. And that Canada could be a 51st state. Anyways, the Canadian president read Trump for filth, and he said, as much as you know real estate, not everything is for sale, including this room at the White House and Canada.
They don't want these problems.
Trump said never say never. Anyway, I'll get back to you on whether or not we're going to buy Canada. Let's move on. Continuing his conversation, Trump spoke on the Democrats, Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, and Texas Congresswoman, my friend Jasmine Crockett, whom he says has a low IQ. Before I let you hear what he said, let's be very clear. She can't be handled in and outside of a courtroom, in and outside of Congress or anywhere else because she's highly intelligent, overly qualified. And I'm thankful for democracy that she's right there to stay on your orange pill. Take a listen.
And you know what I can't name? I can't name one Democrat. I mean, I look at the Democrats, they're in total disarray. They have a new person named Crockett. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person. And they said, she's the future of the party. I said, you have to be kidding. I don't know what they're going to do. And I really believe in a two-party system. Because it's good to be challenged. It's really good to have a two-party. You know, it's good. Being challenged is okay. It keeps you sharp. I don't know what they're going to do. They have nobody. Bernie's 87 years old or something. And you know, Biden is the worst thing that ever happened to old people because he was grossly incompetent. And I think maybe for artificial reasons, you know, he had operations and things. So maybe that's an artificial. But I know people that are unbelievably sharp and they're older than 87. But I watch Bernie Sanders. He's a nut job, but he's still sharp. He's sharp as he's the same guy he was. He hasn't gone down. But Biden is really, he's the worst thing to happen to old people.
Biden is somewhere trying to get back on his bike. He ain't worried about you, Trump. Although listening to the oldest president because he's the oldest now. Well, now that he's in office, anyway. You old too, Trump. And I don't know why you're age shaming him and Bernie and everybody else. And when you start speaking on people, that's when you actually show that you're threatened by these people. Do you think that Trump's threatened by all the Democrats that he mentioned?
No, he don't strike me as anybody who's threatened by anybody. I just think it's like the highest form of gaslighting because you don't have to agree with anything that somebody says to call them low IQ or high IQ. Like, you don't have to like Jasmine Crockett, but she is so intelligent. Like, you cannot call her low IQ. That's what I cannot get past.
This was a fight you started, Trump. Jasmine heard you and she checked you because she feels like you're threatening and intimidating her. This is what she said. For you to be in charge of the whole country, you sure do have my name in your mouth a lot. Every time you say my name, you're reminding the world you're terrified of smart, bold black women telling the truth and holding you accountable. So keep on talking. Well, days later, the Supreme Court gave the Trump administration the green light to enforce a ban on transgender troops serving openly in the military. That's a whole nother hit that he took this week. And now the Trump administration insists that trans people can't meet the rigorous standards required to serve and that their inclusion jeopardizes military readiness and unit cohesion. And let me just stop there for a minute. I'm not even going to get into whether I agree or disagree with them because to take a side on whether or not trans people or any person should have the ability to do anything they want, to me means that you'd be stripping away people's ability to live out a life, you know, equitably to other people around them. Recently, I had Candace Owens on the Jason Lee show, and we went back and forth over the whole trans topic. And I'm going to show you a little bit about what she said in case you missed that interview. Take a look. Now that we live in a world where transsexual is a thing, what is your opposition to it?
This insistence that we allow children to think that they can pick and choose their genders, that's definitely a psychosis. Like, this was not a thing. People were not struggling in kindergarten. We were not arguing about bathrooms. Like, this is all just made up. You're asking me to be crazy. You're asking me to look at a grown man and imagine that he's actually a woman, and that if he goes and gets work done, that he magically becomes a woman. So it's insanity. Otherwise, you'd have to defend Rachel Dolezal.
Well, there's no. Well,
would you defend her?
Well, there's no defending crazy. That's crazy. But
why is that crazy?
Hold on. Because she was a white woman that says she was black.
Yeah, that's a man saying he's a woman.
But let's back up.
If we're talking about the trans issue, she's transracial. So give her respect, put respect in her name.
Explain to me how.
Because on the inside she felt black, she was dressing like she was black, she was making her skin darker like she was black, she was standing for the black cause, she was working for the NAACP. Just happened to be that she was, you know, born a white girl with blonde hair and freckles. And it only became problematic when somebody exposed it and people said, no, you can't just be black. Why not? If you're gonna say that a man can just be a woman. Why can't Rachel Dolezal just be black? You got to be consistent.
Because she's white.
Okay, because it's a man.
No, but hold on. I get it.
You know I'm right.
I get
you know
it.
I'm right.
No, I don't agree.
I'm sorry that I'm consistent, yeah, but you have to figure out why you're not.
I mean, what do you... Are there bigger, more important things to focus on right now than banning the trans people from the military?
1,000%. I wish Rob was here to second this because I know he's our political chair. But for me, it's like I want everyone to remember this when no one's signing up and they have to force to do a draft. I'm going to say I'm trans, so I don't have to go on the board.
How is he the most political person when I'm a vice mayor?
That's what I'm saying.
Right. Well, see how I like the trans just disappeared, just totally didn't even exist. Well, days after Jasmine checked Trump and his trans military ban made the news, Jasmine played a game of Trump or trans with National Women's Law Center CEO Fatima Goss-Graves during a hearing about government efficiency. Look,
Miss Goss-Graves, I want to play a game. It's called Trump or Trans. You ready? Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to tell me whether or not it is Trump or trans people that are responsible. You understand?
Got it.
Okay, very good. The first one, gutted medical research.
Trump.
Kidnapping Americans and sending them to foreign countries, a.k.a. deporting them.
Trump.
Driving us into a recession.
Trump.
Increasing the cost of everything.
Trump.
Waging an idiotic tariff war.
Trump.
Harming farmers.
Trump.
Ignoring the Constitution.
Trump.
Proposing to take away Social Security.
Trump.
Cutting health care.
Trump.
Firing government workers who keep our country safe.
Trump.
Encouraging an environment of hate and divisiveness.
Trump.
Thank you so much. This committee could be engaged in actual oversight of fraud, waste, abuse, and mismanagement. So let's talk about waste. Like Trump's plan to spend almost $100 million for his little birthday parade. Or how he spent 25% of his first 100 days golfing, costing taxpayers tens of millions of dollars. In fact, it's a little bit over $30 million at our last estimation. In fact, President Trump is on pace to spend more than $1 billion of taxpayer dollars just on golfing. Yet the Republicans have been silent. So they must think spending taxpayer dollars on the president's golfing trips is more important than providing health care to their constituents. And when I talk about constituents, we're going to talk about the ones on this committee.
first and foremost, Jasmine, you inspire me to want to be just like you. And that's why Stockton can barely handle me now. First of all, it was your colleague to your right who could not stop giggling. And I would have been giggling too. It was your colleague up above, the beach blonde, bad-built butch body, who needs to be paying attention, but she was probably there on Groupon trying to find some hair dye. And it was you playing trans or Trump that had me tickled because that was just the most creative thing in the world. And the last thing, why was Trump's stomach and gut hanging all out like that on that poster board that you put up behind you? You are so shady, but keep it up, doing a great job, okay? Now, days later, Trump dropped his first budget plan since returning to office. He's seeking $26.7 billion cut to Section 8 and other housing programs, a 43% drop in funding. Now, if Congress approves, the federal government would allow states to take over control. Housing funds will turn into block grants, giving each state the power to decide who qualifies and how much help that they will get. And some may get help or not. Some might be left shit out of luck. Well, currently, about 2.3 million families use Section 8 vouchers to help pay rent. Now, under Trump's proposal, fewer people would get help, and new rules would limit how some can stay in the program. Now, adults with no disabilities would only get help for 2 years. Now, experts warn Trump's proposal will leave more people struggling to survive, spike the homelessness, and pack out shelters. And then I say to all of you, this is what y'all voted for. This is what y'all voted for. You still can't find no eggs. You know, I went to a restaurant the other day, and on the door in Stockton, it said, and I swear to God, it said $1 price, $1 surcharge per egg. They were charging an extra dollar per egg. Yep. So if you get a 3-egg combo, that's $3 extra on top of your
Tariffs. No, it's not tariffs.
That ain't tariffs. That's
No,
terror.
I know. That's
terror.
And that's why I have a huge problem with the space thing when everyone went to space. Because I'm like, there's huge issues. And that to me was like a weird distraction. And it's crazy because rich people are out here going to the moon and getting tax breaks, and the poor are getting eviction notices. Jay, you know what? I'm taking that button off your machine.
Went to space, okay? Let her go to space.
No, and she went to the Met Gala. She shouldn't have either done that.
She's Gayle King. That's don't come for Gayle.
I'm not.
Gayle, we still cool. I don't know what she's talking about. Jasmine, I can't wait to see you at the Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards. Trump, please just stop. Just, is there any rationalizing with Trump, do you think? Is there anybody that can go to him and say, Trump, what are you doing?
I don't even think Elon can. His buka.
Who?
Elon.
I think he got
His
fired.
king. He did?
No.
Oh, hell.
Well,
allegedly.
All right, bye. All right, let's give it up for the Met Gala. Another night of the blacks getting the whites richer.
Fuck. I can ask that.
I mean, I'm going to get into that in a minute. I have very strong feelings about this Met Gala, but I will say, first and foremost, every single person looked phenomenal. Everybody looked phenomenal this year. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Nicki Minaj looked good.
Good.
Cardi B ate.
Good.
Andre 3000 had a piano on his back.
Carrying music.
Jeremy Pope. I can go on and on. Law Roach. Everybody. Lala looked good. Everybody that was there looked great. Okay, but let me just get into the show. I'm going to break down some looks, and then I'm going to go back and tell you my thought on everything. Okay, did you watch all the rival? Of course you ate it up.
Live. I was, and I always feel like Joan Rivers. I was sitting in my pajamas judging everyone's looks like I was Law Roach myself. It was a lot going on.
Listen, this year's Met Gala was one for us. Or was it? We'll talk about that later. 2025's Met Gala theme was super fine, tailoring black style. The key aspects of the theme was a focus on black men's fashion and black dandyism with a tailored for you dress code, encouraging guests to interpret the theme through menswear and suits fit for them. Tiana Taylor, Zendaya, Cardi B all nailed it. Let me just get to them real quick and show you a photo. Okay, let me just give all of the ladies.
10s.
All across the board. All of them looked amazing. Now, we can't forget about Wifey, who showed up. I will say, Rihanna, the last time me and you FaceTimed, was it the last time? Or maybe, I don't know if it was the last time, but one time before that. I told her as soon as she picked up the phone, I said, I'm going to fight you. I'm going to fight you in public. We started laughing hysterically because she's been busy. Well, clearly, we all know now why you're busy, because you're baby. Show baby number 3. Where's the baby? Okay. The gunkle, gay uncle, is always the last to know. You know, when we went to dinner, it's so interesting because she's such a fashionista that you never really know the looks, okay? I'm trying to think of all the dinners we've been on privately. Okay, the birthday dinner, she had this really nice thing on. I don't know if it was a fur, but it was really, I think it was a fur. So it was covering. Then the dinner, were you there?
Baggy,
you didn't come. You were invited. Anyway, oversized jacket with these nice jeans and these little sexy little snakeskin shoes. Okay. Then I'm thinking, when I FaceTime, I said, I'm going to fight you. And she started laughing at me because she's been so busy. You were busy covering up this pregnancy from me. Although she wasn't hiding it, because if I asked her, she would have told me like the last one. But I also didn't want to pry because I don't like being in her personal business.
And I feel like because you're not drinking now, like if you were, you'd be like, let's take shots. And like then you would have known.
No. At her birthday, Rhea, you already know I know. I'm telling it today because you kept the secret from me, so now I'm telling. At her birthday party, everybody was like, let's do shots. And they tried to hand me a shot. And I was like, no, I'm going to respect my sobriety. She was like, no, don't make him drink. And I'm not going to drink with you.
See.
Because
10 steps ahead.
Because she couldn't drink because she
Correct.
was pregnant. The first pregnancy when I went to her event, and I was like, are you guys going to have a baby? And she went and got a fake glass of wine to act like she was drinking to throw me off. So I see what we have here. We have secrets. Anyway, first of all, congratulations. I'm super, super happy. This is baby number 3 by baby daddy. And hopefully soon to be husband, A$AP Rocky. Now, well, let me show you when she finally showed up to the red carpet, she nailed this year's theme. Take a look at her photo. Yes. Wait, where's it? Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Where's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking great.
Down.
Well, listen, Ree's Man, rapper and Met Gala co-chair A$AP Rocky nailed the theme as well. Look at Rocky. Okay, he looked great arriving by himself. I want that whole look, including the braids. Now check out these other viral looks that hit the internet. Shabuzi, Janelle Monáe, Lizzo, Angela Bassett, Doja Cat, and Megan Thee Stallion, all looking really, really good. There's not one person here that I have any issues with. Did you like all these?
I did.
Who did you not like? Don't say Angela.
I did not like Gayle King's dress.
She's not in this lineup.
Stay
on track with who we're talking about.
Oh, no. Everybody here. Actually, Shabuzi was one of my best dressed. Everybody was coming for Doja, I saw in the comments. I don't know why, because she can wear anything and she looks good. Yeah. I love Shabuzi. You saw his girls, too? He looked
Listen, they all look great. And we can't forget about these other male celebrities. Now, here's Evan Ross, Chance the Rapper, Andre 3000, Babyface, Stephon Diggs, and Bad Bunny all at the Met Gala. All look, This was Babyface's first Met Gala, by the way.
What?
Yep. And is it just me or is Evan Ross giving me a little Michael Jackson?
He is. He looks so good. And I saw Chance, that vest he's wearing is Tupac's vest from like 1994. There was like a lot of good things happening there.
Andre had a piano on his back.
Correct. Carrying music on his shoulders.
Baby, the one that shut it down the most, though, you have to give it up. Icon, the mother of my brother, which makes her my mother, too, is Diana Ross, the legend. Look at Evan's mother, Diana, hit this red carpet. Take a look.
She looks so good.
She ate that.
She looks so good. I was surprised to see her at Lauryn Hill. You saw I was surprised to see Lauryn Hill there.
I did. Lauren looked great.
She looked good.
And although the theme was black dandyism, the white celebrities popped out too. Now, I don't know. From what I heard, didn't dandyism have something to do with slavery?
I don't know if it's
Google the history of dandyism. While she Googles that, let me just show you these photos of the Kardashian Jenners, Madonna, Sabrina Carpenter, and Miley Cyrus. Okay, Madonna ate. Let me first give Madonna. Madonna ate.
She did.
Miley was cute. I just love Sabrina after meeting her, so she's dope. But the rest of you are boring. I mean, Kylie ate the most out of all three.
Correct.
And Kendall, I like her the most out of all three because she's just out the way. No, I think I like Kylie more. But either way, Kim, I thought, looked like the Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz.
Kim?
Yes.
I'm so tired. Kim is so beautiful. Her body is tea, but like she's always in that like tight silhouette looking thing. She had her ass out. And I'm just like, it's so predictable. I want to see you in like flowing down.
Well, first of all, Kim is beautiful without all the getup. If you see her up close without makeup, because I've been able to see her like this with no makeup, beautiful. She's a nice, sweet person. I not like Kim the person. I'm gonna criticize Kim in the Kardashians whenever there's reason to. I didn't really like the outfit. One of her nails popped off in the middle of the whole thing. But again, it was giving Wicked Witch from Wizard of Oz. However, she's still Kim Kardashian, bad bitch alert. It is what it is. Now, the other ones, Kylie and Kendall, I like Kylie's look more than I did like Kendall's. I'm not a fashion guru, so I mean, I like to dress, but I'm not a fashion guru. I thought all of them were just very generic. Same with Hailey Bieber.
Oh my God, yeah. That disappointed me.
Hailey?
Yeah, because she just looked like she was a Zara employee.
Bitch, you tried it.
And
well, another ally to hit the red carpet was Bebe Rexha, who was body shamed by Azealia Banks. Let me show you a photo of what Azealia Banks had to say about Bebe's look. Sis gives me a hormonal birth control implant or something. It's given Implanon Nuvaring. She needs removed or a depot shot that needs to stop happening. I'm not even trying to play her. Well, it's in a sense deleted tweet. Bebe told critics she suffered a pregnancy loss due to polycystic ovary syndrome. How do you sum that up?
PCOS.
PCOS, a common type of hormone imbalance in biological women. Now, Rexha, who was diagnosed in 2022, then directly dragged Azealia in a second tweet. Take a look. I'm so tired of people commenting on my weight. I have PCOS and struggle with infertility. I got pregnant and it didn't work out, and I've been carrying that pain in silence. I never owed anyone the truth, but maybe now you'll think twice before commenting on anyone's body, and you might want to jump on some type of therapy, sis. Lexapro worked great for me, something that helps with the deep-rooted sadness and chaos you keep projecting. Healing looks good on everyone. Try it. That was shade. Azealia is entertaining, but that was me.
It's unnecessary. Unnecessary. And I love Bebe. She's my Balkan sister, but that was too much.
Would you watch a podcast between Azealia Banks and Kanye West?
No.
I would.
I wouldn't need to because it would be a headline every damn day.
But I would watch that because it would be
a
train wreck.
What? They would start fighting, I feel
Actually,
like.
three people. Candace Owens, Kanye West, Azealia Banks.
And Jasmine Crockett.
There would be a homicide.
Correct. I did look up the dandyism. So dandyism began in white Europe elite culture, but evolved into a powerful tool of resistance and identity for Black men in the aftermath of slavery. Black dandyism is both political and personal, a reclaiming of humanity status and visibility. So
isn't it kind of awkward to have white celebrities dressing in dandyism?
Yes, and I was hoping that a lot more white celebrities would be in Black designers, which they were not.
Of course not.
And I was so saddened when in everyone's interviews, they were just calling it dandyism and not Black dandyism because it is Black dandyism.
Wait, so you mean to tell me they were taking something else from us? All right, let me get back to Azalia's craziness. Now, she went off on a rant, but ultimately encouraged Bebe to listen to her good intended advice, even proposing to be her support sister. Take a look. Bitch, that's why you're busting out the bando. Lexapro literally made me fat. I'm not kidding, and it made depression even worse. I took SSRIs for years and quit in 2019. First, citalopram, I don't know, Celexa, and then escitalopram. This is stuff that I don't take. And then stopped and switched to ashwagandha and maca and turmeric combo. You should really get off Lexapro. Laughing my ass off. Weight gain is a trademark side effect of Lexapro. And girl, I am living my best life in Sweden, being an Ordaguben girl. City hopping around Europe, working on something and giving carrot juice niece. But nah, for real, get off that Lexapro and SSRIs in general. That's so 1999.
If anything, all these bitches are on Ozempic, so I applaud Bebe for being her voluptuous self. And Azealia, I don't get it. She's hitting strays. What the helly?
So I have Azalia's number in another phone that I no longer have access to, and I'm thankful I can't get access to that phone because this girl's text messages be like this long. Look, no, they literally be like this long.
Well, clearly her tweets are too.
No, these are her text messages, and you'd be like, girl, after paragraph 18, I'm not reading that. You would have to put the phone down for 3 days and then catch up and then send one text and you're going to get 3 more pages.
And what is she doing living in Sweden? Did you even know that?
She says she's drinking juice. Well, in May 2023, Bebe first opened up about her PCOS diagnosis and weight struggles, admitting she gained 30 pounds out of nowhere. Now, her weight issues have even left her reconsidering attending events and affected her relationships, like when she seemingly dumped her ex-boyfriend, Kenyan Safari, for negatively commenting on her weight in text messages. So look, that was all a lie. It was all about the Met Gala. Can we get back to the dandyism? Let me just tell you this. I saw online, Essence wrote a story that said that the Met made $31 million, the most that the Met has ever made in a year.
Oh, that's what, yeah.
But here's where I felt defeated. I sat the whole day defeated when I heard that. And it's not because I'm not happy for the Met. I'm not happy for Anna Wintour. I love Anna Wintour. Devil Wears Prada is literally my favorite movie. It was all based on her. You should go watch it. It's the fact that we will all show up for things that are not ours to make them more valuable, to prove to them that we can do it, when really we need to prove to ourselves that we're enough to do it for ourselves. And I feel like, again, freedom in our community and Black culture is ownership. We will never own it. I literally not only felt defeated, but I have fully lost faith that our culture will ever get further away from being enslaved as a people, because even though we're not physically enslaved anymore, we are mentally enslaved. Why is it that all of you black dandyisms couldn't have pulled together your own Met? Why couldn't we have our own Met Gala? We could, but we never will, because if you're invited to something that's all black, it's bad. We're not gonna go because it's messy. But if it's something that's white, prestigious, and that's the prestige, that's the validation, and that's the same shit that slaves were fighting for to get in the house. Everybody was fighting for that one spot to get in the house in proximity to the master, because that then was the power and the validation. And I watched it, and I'm glad that they made $31 million. But it would be one thing if they made $31 million that went to the black National Museum that Trump's underfunding. It would make sense if it was all geared towards fashion programs for young black designers. It would have been a thing if everybody would have showed up wearing all black designer clothing to make a real statement. You did nothing but allow them to use our culture one more time for the whole world to see in what you thought was really an honor to you, but for them was just padding their bottom line. And look, I'm going to probably get criticized for saying this from the industry. I would be so much more fulfilled in life building my own. Like, I look at what Tyler Perry's doing, I look at what Oprah's doing, I look at what other people are doing and know that it's possible, than to do that. Would I've loved to gone? Yes, because it's the Met. You want to go. But I would have probably wanted to go on a year where it was not. Celebrate black every year. Have black there every year. Put on black designers every year. But again, I don't know. I had an issue with that.
I wanted to see the inside because I was reading, I think Megan Thee Stallion said that they had cornbread on top of caviar and like they were like mixing like soul food with stuff. So I'm like, it's almost like gimmicky and like not. I hope it like wasn't coming off offensive. Because Doechii, like the girls and the guys, they were all dressed to the gods.
Well, we didn't even see Doechii's image. Doechii looked really good, by the way. So there was a whole video that went viral on Doechii where they almost ruined her. They did ruin her reveal, and she went off, or allegedly went off, on some of her staff. Let me show you that video right here. Take a look.
Oh my God! Oh no! Oh no! Look at this. So they. Ooh. Doechii.
Yes, I'm ready. Give me another. No, stop. Give me another umbrella now. Another one right there, and another one. I need another one.
Another umbrella.
Excuse me. I need 4 fucking umbrellas.
2 more umbrellas.
Because they're trying to sleep their fucking umbrellas. Anybody right there?
2 more umbrellas.
I'm so ready. All right, make a path, everyone.
Clear a path. Move. Clear a path here. Clear a path.
And do not let that one umbrella. I will not.
You look great. You're gonna have to move. Clear a path.
Listen, I would have been mad if my reveal got spoiled too.
I was thinking, I'm like, if that was you,
She's a Leo.
Jason would have scorched earth. Okay.
I would have. Hold on, where's it at? Where's the
What? You think that's bad? Baby.
First of all, thank God I have a team that would have never had let that happen. But, you know, listen, Doechii's having a great career. I'm seeing all the stuff online with her right now. People hating on her. Look, she has the right to have one bad day that's caught on camera. She's a sweet girl, and I'm proud of everything that she's doing. So we're not going to let you put no disrespect on her name. But, you know, there's so much pressure that people are under when it comes to events like these to have the perfect reveal in the perfect moment. And if she thought that that was going to get lost, she responded accordingly. I'm not mad, are you?
I was only mad that the only thing I was mad about the Met Gala is I feel like somebody who really portrays black dandyism is Jadena. And I feel like I would love to see him there. There was people I was
He could have been a co-chair.
Yeah.
But, and I love Jadena, you know, I love you. He's not big enough in their eyes. And so, you know, you go like, is Coleman Domingo dandyism? Yes. I would say yes, for sure.
And he looked good too.
Style icon. Is ASAP Rocky black dandyism? Yeah. Pharrell?
Yes. His outfit you saw every single thing.
Is Lewis Hamilton
pearls?
Black dandyism?
Yes.
Is he?
I saw he looked good, yeah.
Not that night. I'm saying in general. But
Jadena, I feel like is only.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
but he's not bigger than Lewis Hamilton. Like, these people they put on the covers are people going to buy the cover.
That's
right.
why you need to create your own.
I'm not. Nope.
Oh.
You know what? People were saying that in the comments. Oh, you need to create it. No, I'm done. The Hollywood
Met
Unlocked
Gala?
Impact Awards is that already. That's the one. You know, I'm not going to keep creating more things that other people have. These people have the power and the resources. All those people in that room, from ASAP to Pharrell, Lewis Hamilton, they all have the resources. They can get in a group text and say, "Let's build this and do it."
True. But then
what happens as a result of that? Best stay in line.
Oh.
Anyway, bye.
Did you watch Sinners yet?
No.
You have to watch it. I want to know your thoughts on it because it was great.
Soon. Well, Larsa Pippen's fighting for love. Her new boo is teasing wedding.
Okay.
I'm going to do a spoiler alert. This right here makes me so sick to my stomach because she was literally, where's it at? Just here at the Jason Lee show. Don't believe me? Take a look.
You know the problem people have with you?
You drag me all the time. What are you getting out of that?
The divorce with Scotty is final. Or are you like laying in a bathtub full of $100 bills and...
I don't give a
Can we just talk about Malik Beasley for one quick second?
Don't do it! Don't do it!
Most of these guys idolize Michael Jordan. They just can't understand how you ended up with his son, Marcus Jordan.
I mean...
Hey, did you know about the cocaine habit before you moved on?
No, I didn't know what to do.
You went on the Tamron Hall show.
Oh gosh. She talks so much about me.
Kim Kardashian is your daughter's godmother, still.
Whatever.
God, I've never seen this, Larsa. I was scared.
No, because it's like I've taken
Are you
detox.
just tired?
If you can't handle the smoke, this is not the place for you.
Wedding bells? You're going to have to watch the show to know how crazy this is because I literally, right? Literally. Did I literally or literally?
Quite literally.
1,000% unequivocally literally told her what I told her, right?
Yep.
You're going to have to watch the show to
And
see
you
what
brought him up a bunch of times. So.
But did I not tell her what I told her? And did she not agree to listen to what I told her?
Yes.
Did she listen?
But she said that she struggled.
Bitch, you tried it.
She told you she struggles to listen.
No.
No.
I quit.
No, you can't quit.
No, I quit.
Don't quit on her.
I quit. Her, Cardi B, anybody in my world who needs relationship advice, you have to call somebody else. I'm not giving it.
Well, do you listen to their advice? Probably not.
My love life is the Sahara Desert right now. Okay, if there's any advice, it's to give me some water. Ain't no advice. Anyway, back to her. Larsa Pippen got her a new basketball player boyfriend, and he claims he's getting married to her by November of this year, even though they're not even engaged. And they just hooked up and met. Larsa, after she dated Tristan Thompson, Malik Beasley, most recently the son of Michael Jordan, Marcus Jordan, and, you know, she was married to Scottie Pippen, said that she was never going to date a basketball player again. And although you have to hear how she describes this basketball player in our interview, the Real Housewives of Miami star is dating another baller who's 31 years old. Now, she's 50. We're not going to make a big deal out of their age difference because Trump is dating somebody almost half his age. Anyway, his name is Jeff Colby. Yes, he's hot. He's like the younger version of, or the stepbrother of Jalen Hurts, who, by the way, is probably the finest man in the NFL, right? His wife has to have exemplary confidence to know, like, that's my man, my man, but like he ain't gonna, right? Because if I had a man like that, like if I was dating Jalen Hurts, I would be at every game,
front and center.
I would be holding his luggage. Oh, babe, I got this for you. Not because I really got it for you. It's just like, I want to see who the fuck trying to get in it. Yeah. Well, in April, photos of the former NBA player and Larsa surfaced showing them making out. And then they confirmed their relationship by making their red carpet debut as a couple. Let me show you a photo of them. Okay, this is them when they were here in Los Angeles, going to see The Accountant. Which, by the way, The Accountant. Where's it at?
It was good.
No, hold on. Where's that?
Oh. I thought you really saw it. I'm like, oh.
Well, here they are most recently in West Hollywood in Miami. Take a look. This is them out and about, hand in hand. Larsa loves that same color, huh? Well, less than 3 weeks later, Jeff told TMZ that he's marrying Larsa. The couple were caught leaving an event in Miami and were asked if they were happy together, and Jeff playfully responded and said, "We're getting married. 2005, 2026, we're going to get married, and it's going to be a beautiful marriage. November 2025. Now, reacting to Jeff's comment, Larsa looked up at him and smiled, then looked back down and tried to hide her smirking face behind her cell phone. Probably had the Larsa light trying to blind the reporter. Now, when asked if he already proposed, Jeff replied with a smile and said, "I can't tell you when I'm going to propose." But if he just said they're getting married, was that a proposal?
I mean.
Now, when asked if he's really getting married, Jeff said, yeah. Do we believe Jeff? Yes or no? I don't know, but what I will say is, Larsa, told you, you don't listen. I quit. I'm out.
I think that you should meet him, do, a one-on-one, really gauge him, because Larsa's your friend.
She is my friend.
Are you going to go to the wedding?
Of course I would go to the wedding.
Period.
Do I think that they're going to make it to a wedding? No. Do I foresee this being this may be a thing on the next season of Housewives of Atlanta or Housewives of Miami, but do I see this as a thing where all 4 of her children are going to be lined up as flower boys and girls throwing petals at her footsteps as she marries this man, the love of her life? No.
I don't know.
I want her to be happy. He's a good-looking man. They're a good-looking couple.
She talked even about changing her last name on our show. So I feel like
we're not giving away any.
clips,
Go watch
Sunday.
the Jason Lee show this Sunday on the Zeus Network.
I feel like those clips are going to age well.
I'm not coming off as a hater, am I?
I just feel like you're truthful. You're a truthful friend. It's different. I don't know how you do this because you're commenting about people you talk to in real life.
But I'm saying what I would say to her.
Correct. And you did.
Watch the show. I love Larsa. I think Larsa deserves love. And look, this guy is a gorgeous man, and he probably is. He's independent. He has his own thing, and he probably don't need her for anything. And yes, he probably loves her. But from April to right now, what is today? June? May?
It's barely May.
So a month.
And then he's
saying, a month.
And he's saying in 6 months they're going to get married.
A month.
Correct. Maybe they've been talking for a longer time.
A month. No, she just got out of a relationship with the boy, Cocaine Bear. Larsa at this point, hold on. The only silver lining is you found a man before me. 10 times over. 10 times over.
10 times over.
Now, see, this is the thing. Let me just veer off for a second. I could get in a relationship if I just settled. I'm just going to be with somebody. Because some of us need like that companionship, that love, that we want to feel like we're in love. But I'm not doing this. Go back to them on the red carpet. No, go back to them walking around about the last asset. I'm not doing this with just somebody to then do it again with somebody to then do it again. No, like one person. He is fine though.
He's
fine.
Cute.
But cute is cute enough now.
But she was saying he's Haitian. He's an author.
I don't care if he's from Santo Domingo. I don't care if he's from Colombiana. He could be from Dubai. That motherfucker could parachute straight out of Saudi Arabia. So what? Where you're from don't mean marriage after a month? Engagement after a month?
I just want the level of like zero fucks given that Larsa has, because she knows everyone, if she posts a guy, the comments are going to be crazy, and she really doesn't care.
Well, that part I respect. But
Me
again,
too.
I feel like all women should be able to move however they want. This is less about her being a woman. This is about her being my friend who is a hopeless romantic who is just...
She's a Cancer.
You just got out of a relationship with a guy who was seen hanging over snorting cocaine on a beach, and went through hell and back to then be single and kind of reclaim your time in peace. And now you're with this guy, although cute and probably nice to cuddle with at night. Why go through the storm again right away? Date him in private for 6 months, let him pop up on the reality show, then maybe spend a year filling it out. And
so it's the hard launch for you.
It's all of it for me. Take a break. Sometimes you just gotta let it breathe a little bit. Just relax.
I need to know how she's doing this.
Larsa,
I tip my hat.
I when was the last time we talked about him?
Last week. Well,
no,
When we spoke.
Before.
Well, I never knew who he was.
So, again, no disrespect to
That's no
you,
shade.
Jeff, because we're probably going to be friends if you're going to marry my friend. But why now? But then again, it could all be a joke. It could all be a joke to get this going, so we're talking about them. So that way it makes sense for him to be on Housewives of Miami and it to be a storyline.
Larsa Kobe. That would be her name.
Damn, she was Larsa Pippen. Kobe was a basketball player too. All right, anyway, let me stop before I get messy. I love you, Larsa. You fine. But where you even come from? How did y'all even find each other?
I wanted to know how they met.
We didn't ask, huh?
No.
Because we were too caught up in trying to tell her to slow it down.
And I feel like Sophia was here, so you know.
Sophia grown. Hey, Sophia. I'll say anything in front of Sophia. All right, well, just watch the show. Goodbye. Okay, Smokey Robinson's ready for all the smoke because 4 women are taking him to court and they're fighting for $50 million. Smokey Robinson, the legend, the icon, the blue eyes, the latest music legend, is now in the hot seat after 4 women have filed a massive lawsuit against him in Los Angeles, claiming that he repeatedly sexually assaulted and raped them while they worked as housekeepers in his home. The reason I almost giggled, I'm sorry, this is not a funny topic. Smokey is of the age where I'm telling you, you poke these old bears, they will let you have it. He came out and said, I am appalled.
That was the statement.
Hold on. I'm not laughing at the charges. I'm laughing at the fact that y'all messed with this old man and he said he is appalled that the housekeeper said that he raped them. Now we live in a world where like people can come out of nowhere and say anything. That's why, like, honestly, it's getting less and less. I'm less and less moved by it. Yeah, when it happens, it's like, okay, you know, like who else did we hear recently? Fat Joe, they say he raped somebody,
I
right?
didn't hear that.
Sexually assault. You didn't hear that?
No.
Google it.
Shannon Sharp stuff.
Allegedly.
Shannon Sharp, he's been silent since he's been on. Well, what?
Fat Joe is suing former hype man over pedophile allegations.
Yeah, that the guy said that he alleged that.
Claiming he's a pedophile.
So the guy said that he was a pedophile for sleeping with somebody underage. But this is what I'm saying. Anybody could say anything. And that's why I love that Fat Joe is going after his person. Jay-Z went after Tony Busby. Like, I'm telling you right now, they come for me. Da-da-da-da. We going out, because now you can say anything. Anyway, Blue Eyes. He's pissed. Now, according to the lawsuit, the women, referred to as Jane Does, of course, that's the playbook, allege a disturbing pattern that started as early as 2007. Each woman says that they were hired to clean for Smokey and his wife, Frances Gladney Robinson, working for them for nearly 20 years. While their work timelines overlap, their stories show a chilling similarity. Smokey allegedly waited until his wife left the house, then called them to his bedroom or other private spaces to carry out the alleged abuse. Now, in their lawsuit, the women allege that Smokey used coercion, force, and manipulation. They allege that he penetrated them with his fingers, demanded oral sex, and in some cases raped them. At least 2 women say he didn't use protection and ejaculated inside of them without consent. Now, the women are suing Smokey for $50 million, accusing him of sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, gender violence, and create a hostile work environment. Now, Smokey has since reacted to the claims. During a call with the Daily Mail, the 85-year-old legendary Motown artist briefly addressed these allegations and said, quote, "I'm appalled. I can't speak about this right now." Meanwhile, his attorney deems the vile and false allegations as an extortion attempt.
It's so sad because Smokey stays out of the press, and God forgive me, but if I'm being honest, when Hollywood Unlocked first posted this, I just saw his face and I'm like, oh my God, he passed away. He passed away.
I thought he died too.
And when I read the headline, I'm like, then it's even more sad. I'm like, he's a legend and like he's going down crazy, but all of the witnesses or the victims, they all have like the same storyline involving the wife.
Well, let me just, because this is my job to do, pow pow, I gotta tell it like I see it. Smokey disrespected my mother.
What?
You didn't see that headline?
No.
Google Smokey Robinson.
Your mother?
Google Smokey Robinson.
Okay.
And Diana Ross. I told you Evan was my brother and Diana was my mother. What did he say?
His affair?
What did he say? He had an affair with Diana Ross, went out there trying to spill some OT, trying to embarrass
I love her right till today during his first marriage. He had...
Exactly. So one would say this could be karma for that 85-year-old, right? He went and did an interview talking about how he had an affair on his wife with Diana Ross and da.
And that's the wife that he's still with?
Clearly.
Oh my God.
But you see what I'm saying? Okay, even though Blue Eyes did or did not do anything to the housekeepers, I don't know. I wasn't there. I probably wasn't even born then. But this is what happens when you shit on the icon. We just showed you how amazing Diana Ross looked at the thing, and now, this could be a story that she planted. Who knows what happened?
Well, apparently I read all the victims. Yeah, it's with him and his wife. They say that they both were like tag teaming on sexually harassing them. Allegedly.
We're not putting poor Glad, whatever her name, Frances, whatever her name is.
That's what it says.
Either way, I just thought his response, I'm appalled. It's like, this is beneath me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was given like, when they disrespected baby faces, that you go do that.
Yeah.
It's the one-liners for me.
But listen, these are serious allegations. I'm mad that we're at a point in this world where people can make up any allegation they want, put it out there on the internet for people to digest, and then it is what it is. Yep. But nonetheless, that's the perils of social media. We're going to track this and see what's going on because I don't like this, Smokey. I don't know how we got here. You should probably repent, pray, and call Diana and ask for whatever heck she put on you to be lifted, because I feel like there was a night Diana Ross went to sleep and said, "Dear Lord, please get him." Like Diana Ross be minding her business.
She does. And I feel like this society now that we've come to, it's guilty until proven innocent.
Oh, what? Diddy's in jail right now. His trial started, right? What's going on with that? Have you heard anything?
They're still getting all the jurors, and Monday is when we start. But they're filing it from like 40-something to like in the teens for the jurors.
Is it going to be? Oh, well, of course. Well, let me just end this here. Bye. Go ahead and pull it up. See, I can just think about that. I just knew this had to be on the. Okay, Diddy, Diddy with the dildos. He's now going to trial. I don't know why Diddy is still in jail. What evidence do they have to keep somebody in jail so long? Yeah, we saw a video of him hitting Cassie. That was bad. But he's not in jail for hitting Cassie. He's in jail for a lot of things that he may have alleged to have done or not done. But he hasn't been given his time in court yet because he's going through the process. But here's the deal. This is the thing. You're convicted in public now through social media. On Cinco de Mayo of all days, Diddy's federal sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy case officially began in New York City. Now, so far, we have not only learned about Michael B. Jordan's name popping. What?
Yeah. Not in that way, though. Yeah.
What way?
Kind of like, how Kid Cudi was. Kid Cudi's also mentioned, but like regarding to like Cassie, and then when Diddy like allegedly burned his car.
What did they say was Michael B. Jordan? Well, let me go on.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan's name popped up, but Diddy's newest attorney is a sex assault survivor. Now, according to Rolling Stone, during the first day of jury screening, several names were thrown out to potential jurors, including Kanye West, Kid Cudi, Mike Myers, and Cassie herself, who's listed under her government name, Cassandra Ventura. But when Michael B. Jordan's name hit the list, eyebrows were raised because in Cassie's $30 million civil lawsuit filed in November 2023, she referred to a secret 2015 romance with a then unnamed actor. In her suit, she claimed that once Diddy found out, he allegedly became enraged, tracked down the actor, and threatened him directly.
Allegedly.
The actor is now confirmed to be Michael B. Jordan. Now, sources close to MBJ says that he was blindsided by the drama back in 2015 and kept it moving. Now, currently, Michael B. hasn't commented publicly on the incident nor trial, and there's no indication he'll testify or play any role beyond being referenced during a jury questioning. But since the trial's start, we also learned that Diddy has finally added a black female attorney he's been hoping to add to his team. Now, now has a woman named Nicole Westmoreland, a powerhouse from Atlanta, and she joins Mark Agnifilio, Tenny Garagos, the daughter of celebrity attorney Mark Garagos, Alexandra Shapiro, and Brian Steele, who, like Nicole, was a defense attorney in Atlanta's YSL RICO trial. Here's a photo of Nicole. Take a look. Okay, she looks smart on her way to go defend Diddy. Well, aside from making waves as a black woman, Nicole is also going viral for being a sex assault survivor. She claims that in 2001, when she was just 19, she worked for a company that helped reinstate suspended driver's license, and she once met Brian Birdman Williams, co-founder of Cash Money Records, CMR, and a man named Stone. and they asked her to make a sales pitch to a company at Patchwork Recording Studio in Atlanta. Now, one night, she and 3 female friends went to an event at the studio and met Alfred Cleveland, a friend of Ronald Slim Williams, Birdman's brother and CMR co-founder. Now, Westmoreland needed to use the bathroom and was led by Cleveland, whom she claims forced her inside, raped her, and another man guarded the door, and then allegedly tried to pass her off to. Now, she said that he let her go after begging and despite being threatened not to tell anybody or not to tell the police, but she did anyway. Cleveland was arrested and charged with rape. Letter pled guilty to aggravated assault with intent to rape, and she also sued Birdman, Slim, and their label for the negligence, alleging that the alleged rape resulted from their failure to keep the premises safe. So, I mean, she clearly is qualified from an experiential standpoint, having been a victim, and for her to take on a case that somebody is alleged to have done all these things, clearly she believes he's innocent, or it could be a good payday. But either way, he has what sounds like a dream team. Do you think Diddy has a chance?
No.
You don't?
I don't think so.
Why?
I feel like there is a lot of names. There was like almost 20 names that were brought up, and I just feel like he's going to go down. There's powers that be that I feel like are higher than Diddy, and the fact that he's been kept in so long. And the jurors, I'm following them, a bunch of them are the media people, because you can't take photos in there, but everyone's saying that Diddy, he's looking at every single juror and like intimidatingly and like seeing who will break eye contact. And apparently he's like super gray now. I wish they could take photos in there and cameras because.
Is this not going to be televised?
No, it's federal, so it's not. But yeah, the Michael B. Jordan thing. So he was being flirtatious with Cassie. They spent New Year's Eve together. And then Diddy called him and was threatening him to kill him and stuff. So that's why his name is dropped. And now it's crazy because he just slayed everything in Sinners, and now he's dropped.
But is it illegal to threaten somebody? No. Like to call and threaten? Like if you do this, I'm gonna kill you.
I think so.
I mean, people do it all the time, don't they? Well, either way, I can't wait to see this trial go through its process. I mean, if Diddy comes out unscathed and not convicted, there's gonna be a lot of problems.
A lot.
I still want to know all the dildos and all that stuff.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
All right, well, listen, either way, we'll be watching. And look, I'm still sending my love to all the guys, Quincy, Christian, the girls, everybody over there, all the kids, because I just, I feel bad that they have been dragged into all of this. Quincy, Justin, Christian, and the girls. All 3 of the girls. Anyway, bye, y'all. All right, that's enough. It's time for Thoughts and Prayers. Let's play a game. When I ask these questions, you'll respond Jasmine or Orange Man. You ready? Okay. Who intimidates the president? Jasmine. Who read The President for Filth? Jasmine. Who's more educated and experienced than the president? Jasmine. And lastly, who should be removed from office altogether now? Orange Man. Agent Orange attacked Jasmine's intelligence and she graciously gathered him, just like Bebe Rexha did Azealia Banks. Azealia criticized Bebe's weight and got told to seek therapy. Now, Azealia, how are you hating from the outside of the club? You can't even get in. Now, Bebe not only got invited to the Met Gala, but she looked amazing for fashion's biggest night. And that's not a pun. Which turned into Rihanna's biggest night because mother is pregnant again, which is why I'm still going to fight you. But Rocky, you got 3 kids, but yet ain't released the album. Where is the album? So you can come right over here on the Jason Lee Show and talk about it. Now, between Ree and Cardi, we're going to be waiting forever on those damn albums because they got all these kids to take care of. At least we could admire their Met Gala looks. And speaking of admiring things, Larsa's new man isn't just admiring her as a girlfriend, but as a potential wife. Larsa, what's tea? What's your secret? And speaking of secrets, between Smokey Robinson and Diddy, their allegedly secrets are coming to light. Diddy's trial is underway and Smokey's lawsuit is just getting started. And we'll be right here tuned in to make sure we get into all of it. That is it. That was a show tightly wrapped and bundled. And I'm going to put this bow on it and give it just to you. Make sure you tune into the Jason Lee Show this week so you can see Larsa Pippen talk to us about why she makes all these damn decisions to date people when she should just be taking a break. Anyway, that's my personal feeling. Anything else?
No. Subscribe to Zeus and Hollywood Unlocked.
Keep coming back. It works. Bye.
The Jason Lee Podcast.